This Tuesday, COVID-19 testing will begin at the